that lasted for about a few years. And then, of course, as these socialist utopian societies do, it just fell apart. So I was so fascinated by it. I went to Malcolm Island last August to do some research. And it was just the most beautiful place. Like, I just wanted to stay. I thought, okay, I totally understand why these people came here and didn't want to go.
And
So
where is
I've
that
written a novel
located?
about that, and it's not done. So I mean, I'd actually like to go back to Malcolm Island and do a little bit more research and talk to folks a little bit more. But
This
yeah,
sounds amazing. But
yeah.
I've never heard of Malcolm Island. So where is that? Where in the world is Malcolm
Yeah, so
Island?
Vancouver, so British Columbia, western side of Canada, and then there's Vancouver Island, which is off of on the coast, and then you have to go drive all the way up Vancouver Island, and then take a ferry across to this little island called Malcolm Island. So it's
Okay,
like
so it's over
the
there.
fact that these Finnish people, some of them came from Finland, some of them were already in Canada, and they decided we're going to just go create our own community. We're going to run it how we want to run it. We're going to like make ourselves self-sufficient. It's going to be great. And they all just like found their way to this tiny place and set up camp, and they created a
Wow.
society there. And what I found really interesting when I was talking to people last summer, one man I met said, well, like the idea of Soinsula died, like the whole idea of this Finnish socialist utopia that disbanded, but people stayed and they created a version of that, like where people helped each other, people looked out for each other. Still on the island, there's like a coffee shop, a co-op grocery store, and a gas station. Oh, and I think there's a burger joint that like in a little stall. Like that, and then there's a bunch of artists here and there, and like you can go and borrow a bike and ride around the island. Like it's like it's not the vision that the original people had, but he said there's sort of a spirit of independence and but also of helping each other. I thought that's really cool,
That.
right? Like
Yeah.
that's really cool. So I've written a story
Wow.
set on that island during the time of that movement, and it's not real characters, it's all just fictional characters, but really
Sure.
fun to explore how you can use fiction and
History.
history together.
Absolutely. I had no idea there had ever been such a movement or anything
Yeah,
like that. So,
I
that's the
know.
thing I love about historical fiction is that yes, it's entertaining, but there's also that element of history that makes you curious to perhaps research the actual history, or
Yes,
at least
yeah,
you learn a little something in the midst of
yeah,
all the story.
that's right. Yeah, that's what I feel too. Like when I'm reading from other countries about things that have happened in the past, it just opens your eyes to different historical events and how people and places were shaped. So I just love that stuff, and I can't help writing about it. Like even in like Water for Weary Souls, there was another example of a socialist utopian society they were trying to create, and this one, strangely, was in the Soviet Union. And there's a place called Karelia, and the Soviet Union encouraged Finnish North Americans to come there, and they could get educated in Finnish. They could raise their families in Finnish, but they wanted workers, right? They wanted people who had skills, people who could like build up the society. So they were kind of like saying, yeah, yeah, you should come. And people from Canada and the US went, and it didn't turn out very well, as you can expect, right? At first, they're like gung ho, and then slowly things get worse and worse and worse and worse. And so, I do have a character in this story who makes that leap, and he says, "I'm there's a depression here. Like things are bad. Work isn't good. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go try my luck out there. We're gonna start something new. It's gonna be great." And his fiance stays behind, but she's going to come later when he has enough money to send for her. And the letters keep coming, well, they start to slowly not come, but they start out optimistic and slowly get worse and worse and worse. And like the neighbor is arrested, and the terrible outcomes that happen as a result of living in the Soviet Union in the 30s. So it's yeah, I just love taking those kind of historical facts and saying, okay, what if so and so went there? What would that be like? How would that have been for them? And it kind of reflects the type of things we're seeing in the world, right? Like we think that happened in history, but
History
history
repeats
repeats
itself.
itself. Yes,
Yes, it
exactly.
does. And those who don't learn history are doomed to repeat it, as the
That's
saying goes.
right.
Yes.
Exactly.